What's happening, Al?
Taking off for hunting trip 2021, deer season. We'll see what happens. I definitely got buck fever. How about you?
I got some buck fever.
Yeah.
Finn's got the buck fever.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Omak. Somewhere between Omak and Concoli. There's a DNR land out there. It was closed all summer, but fortunately, thanks to the rain, they just opened it back up. And so we're gonna go do some public land hunt. Tosh, what's the plan if there's a Sam Squanch in the road?
We actually just kind of going through the options of what it would do if we did encounter a Sasquatch.
I mean, do you just plow through it? I mean, what's the play?
No! Slam on the brakes, man.
What? That was an entire herd of deer, like 40 deer. Scouting session number 1. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, there's a good sign. So far we've seen a lot of grass being eaten, various different footprints. I'm pretty sure deer, cow, and wolf. We saw the cow on the way in, and there's been a lot of cow pad. Last night I ate some tacos crammed full of cheese. I think Tosh is not pleased with being downwind of me right now. Scramble.
Just scrambling up rocks. Pretending to be mountain goats.
We just saw a big mule deer buck and a doe walking together. Could have been more. We rounded this corner and I started glassing. And then we heard this giant crash over there. Looked over and there it was, giant magnificent buck. He walked behind cover before I could look at him too good. I know he had at least 2 point. It might have been 3 or 4, I couldn't really tell. But, I mean, it looked like a real big adult. We were both pretty ecstatic after that sighting, because that little herd was upwind of us, or sorry, downwind of us, and I've just been blowing out cheese farts all morning. So that means that, we got within 300 yards of them, doing everything wrong, and still was able to see a mule deer buck. So that's got us real excited for the prospects up here. All right, no shame salad this time, Tosh. What are we eating here?
We are eating Stampede burgers made at this restaurant that makes their local bread, local meat, fried onions, jalapenos, fries, milkshakes. We're going hard.
Pretty good fries. No salad this time.
The next right onto US 97
How
South.
you doing, Al?
So excited, just completely elated and ready for this hunt.
All right.
Let's hope there's not like 20 trucks in the trailhead,
Continue on US 97 South
Here we
for
go,
7
right?
miles.
Here we go, day 1. So when we got halfway up this mountain, the wind changed. It was in our faces, and then when we got to a certain point, it started being at our backs. At that point, we had to decide either to turn around, go scout somewhere else, or just come up with another strategy. So we decided to push up into the wind, which gives us no chance to shoot anything straight ahead of us, but we're hoping once we get to the top, we'll potentially have some opportunities to go left or right. We won't be going upwind, but the wind won't necessarily be at our backs. So kind of a scuffed mission, but we've put up with too much elevation to turn back now. We just spooked a doe over in this direction, and it sounded like 2 deer ran away. So we're gonna go push upwind in the direction we thought we heard him go. Let's hope the second deer was a buck. Those deer ended up getting spooked into some deep woods, and there was no way for us to get close enough to make a shot, so We had lunch. Well, we ran into another hunter. And, we were getting pretty far from where we started, so we started to double back a little bit. Found this good little spot to kind of camp out for a second, glass around. I don't know if this is going to come through in the video, but it's just incredibly gorgeous up here. There's like the death of the old forest from the fire juxtaposed with all the brand new life, which is now possible because the shade of the trees is gone. And so it's just so much life and death and beauty and vibrant colors of the fall all in one place. We did it. We got down, up and down that freaking hill 2 days in a row. Sad we didn't get a buck, but I mean it was fun. It was beautiful, and yeah, had a lot of fun doing it. Excited to try somewhere else tomorrow.
Ben did not get to go with us sadly today because they think that he is too well trained of a hunting dog, and he no longer eats dog food because he had the taste for perfectly cooked local hamburger yesterday. So he's on a hunger strike in protest.
Okay, second day hunting. We're out here, it's about 6 o'clock. I made a makeshift blind last night before we left. We're gonna go up to that. The wind couldn't be better. Right now it's blowing to the east, which is the only way we're not gonna be looking for deer. That's where the road is. So here we go. Well, we hung out here till about 30 minutes after the first moment in which you can hunt, like 30 minutes before sunrise, so it's just about sunrise right now. But didn't see nothing. We glassed it up real good. Definitely no deer around here. Unfortunately, a few more truck hunters have drove by, so I guess we'll just keep driving further down the road past them and see if we can find anything else.
So we're trying to do a little more car hunting today because our bodies are broken from the last 2 days, and now we've got an obstruction in the road.
What did you just see, Tosh?
There's 4 hunters right down there. Got a deer. 5 minutes ago was our last sighting of a deer. I think it was a young buck. Probably not one we could shoot, but one we could learn from. It was making a noise like a horse, like a really heavy exhale. It seemed to either smell or hear us on approach because it was moving away from us to the left. We'll try our luck sitting here for a while and see if they'll come back down, or maybe try to pursue on foot.
So you probably heard Tosh and I talking a lot of shit about truck hunters, but I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So check out, this guy just leaves this disgusting dump right on the road. He just got off the ATV, you know, he goes all of about 12 inches and just drops his scud. And look, I mean, this is a guy who's never even known what a vegetable is, you know, it's just nothing but beer and salami, and I just, you know, this fucking truck hunter shit is just disgusting. Well, we're leaving for day 2, but Tosh wanted me to get some perspective on Misery Mountain. That's where we went day 1. It's like an 80% fat
Talk to me about your...
piece of brisket. I mean, like, that's what I like, you know. I mean, look at that fat ratio.
I'm real constipated, so need a smoothie. And they legitimately had real fruit smoothies. And
brisket
Alex's
sandwiches.
number 1 is Alex walking towards the Okanagan Liberty, Freedom, Respect Arms gun store.
All right, Tosh, so we're heading out morning of the final day. So far, we've known that 2 bucks in this about half-mile area have been taken, but it seems like there's a lot more. We saw that spike yesterday. You got any thoughts on the last day?
I've been visualizing it since last night.
Uh-huh.
Finn blessed us.
Thank you, Fib.
5:15 a.m. earliest we've left.
Mm-hmm.
We can see that buck so clearly we could taste that meat.
Yep.
Coming.
Yep. So this was my lookout at the break of day. Got visibility of out about 300 yards here. And then I can see farther ridge lines. Alright, what's the plan?
We're gonna go back to where we were yesterday, which is kind of like an off-road area. Then we can walk for a ways. So we're hoping that the lazy hunters will not be in this area. We've seen quite a bit of traffic on the road this morning. Yeah, and then go from there.
I'm not certain, but this kind of looks like a rub. None of the other alders around here have that. Well, we didn't end up getting one, but Tosh, what do you think? How's the trip?
It was incredibly beautiful. We learned a ton, and I love being out in the woods with my love every minute.
Agreed. It was a really fun trip, and maybe we'll bag one next year.